Well, finding success in life isn't easy, and it takes a lot of hard work. Our next guest knows that firsthand. She has a Cinderella story about how she started a multi-million-dollar business without any money at the age of 19.
Yeah, and you could say that she got there in a very unconventional way. Well, now she's sharing her secrets in her book, Wealth Habits: 6 Ordinary Steps to Achieve Extraordinary Financial Freedom. And welcome to the show, Candy Valentino. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so today you're going to share with us some ways that people can recession-proof their lives. But first, before we get to that, you have a real interesting journey. Can you talk about your journey to success?
Yeah, so there's nothing about me that was extraordinary or special. I grew up in a trailer in a really small town. I had 2 teenage parents. My dad was a mechanic. My mom cleaned houses. And I watched 2 people work really, really hard. And so for me, starting a business at 19, when most of my friends were in college, didn't seem like that big of a deal because I was dropped off at my dad's garage from the time I was 5 until I was 16. And so I grew up learning instead of a sport or dance. I grew up learning about business. And so starting with an SBA loan, I started a business in a really small town and just really grew that and started investing in real estate in my 20s, early 20s.
Ah, okay. So what kind of business? I'm curious now.
Yeah.
What did you actually start before the real estate?
So back in 1999, when they weren't a thing, I started a wellness spa. And the closest one was like an hour and a half away. So we became a pioneer in the space, and who knew?
Wow.
Love
Okay.
that.
So now you're trying to help other people. Why are you out trying to share your secrets? I mean, look, if you have the secrets, wouldn't you just want to keep them to yourself and make more money?
Yeah, I remember being younger, with no college degree, no corporate background. And I remember reading books. Like, that's what even got me exposed to real estate. It's what got me into being able to grow my business. But yet what I realized was all of the people that wrote those books when I was a kid were all men. And I thought, what about the little girls, the little Candies in the world that maybe wasn't exposed to wealth or financial principles? What if we give them a book and everyone a book to be able to see that it's possible for anyone? Wealth is truly available for anyone who chooses to build it.
All right. Well, Candy, we want to get to your tips. Your first one is to save more. What is your trick to be able to do that? Because they keep producing products for us to buy.
Isn't that the truth? And unfortunately, it's not the sexiest tip, but living within your means, making sure that if you can't start investing 20% of your earned income right now, you're overspending. It's the easiest litmus test. So you can do simple things like selling stuff around your house, getting on apps and being able to make more money, being able to start a business as a freelancer or on Fiverr. There's so many ways that you can make more money so that you can save and invest more.
Okay. You say earn more, but not by getting a raise. How do you make more money?
Yeah, so when we did the largest study of people who had wealth, over $2 million or more in assets, 75% of them owned a business or had wealth from a business. So starting a business you can do in simple 48 hours, just making sure that you have something that you can monetize that people will buy. You can do that even if you're not going to quit your day job. It's the fastest way to build extra money so that you can invest more.
Okay, so the next one's a little tricky. It may not be for everyone, but how can investing make someone recession-proof, and where do you actually start?
So obviously inflation has been a hot topic recently, right? Costs of goods are gone up and everything costs more. So if we're not investing our money and making our money make more, we're never going to be able to keep up with inflation. So starting to invest simply in anything that's a recession-proof stock right now, utilities, big pharma, big box stores. Typically when we come into any type of economic downturn, money gets sparse and people have to save. So luxury items are no longer available. We want to get really smart with what we invest in. Recession-proof businesses and stocks are always a great place to start.
Okay, and then your last tip has a double benefit: sell more items. Obviously clearing clutter, but also making cash.
Yeah, there's so many great ways that people have things laying around their house that they can actually make money, whether it's Poshmark selling your clothes, whether it's the marketplace and selling things, or maybe you had a child that you're holding on to all of those clothes and baby's accessories that you no longer need. That's money that you can put in your pocket and start investing more.
All right, we love it. Well, Candy, thank you so much for joining us here today, and the best of luck with your book release.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, to see more of Candy's tips or to buy her book, visit wealthhabitsbook.com or candyvalentino.com. You can also follow her on Instagram at Candy Valentino.